morning. You just gotta even force yourself when you just like gotta get that energy back. Today we're gonna talk about AMC and learn why AMC is not for the faint of heart. Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we'll be talking about AMC. AMC. You should be very, very careful if you are going to invest in AMC. I know a lot of you guys want to jump on a bandwagon, but let's go over it very, very quickly. Now, over the past year, AMC has been up 1,200% in the past 3 months, 454%. In past month, 85%. In the past week, down under 3%. And then today, ladies and gentlemen, they are still down. But here's the thing about what AMC that everybody's ranting and raving about and not understanding about AMC. AMC is being short squeezed constantly. It's being released, then it's being short squeezed, it's being released, then it's being short squeezed by a well-known group we all know, the Wall Street Best Group. There's no big idea. Wall Street has no hand in the stock anymore. Everything about this stock should be telling you sell, or if you're an option trader, to buy put options. But people continue to go in here and they're making a lot of good money. So this is not for the faint of heart. If you are an expert investor or someone who's been investing for a very long time, you can probably play in your hand and make some money off this stock. But if you are a beginner investor, if you're a novice investor, my advice would be to leave this stock alone. And if you're going to play around with your money, you will lose at your own risk, okay? Lose at your own risk because this stock is so volatile. It's almost like Bitcoin in a sense. So be very careful with that. Let's move on. Let's talk about a little bit more about AMC and why it could be a good investment for some, but probably for a majority of investors is not a good investment. And let me tell you why. Let's look into how some of these institutional owners, they actually have in their ETF, they have AMC. Now, this was during pre-pandemic times and did not change the exchange traded funds. Now, when I look at this particular stock, I see 432 institutional owners, and I see 392 that are going to hold it long term. I was like, really? They're going to hold AMC long term? AMC last year alone lost $4.6 billion. And they still, when we're looking at the shares outstanding, we have 450 million. And out of that, the institutional owners own by a third of them, about 143 million, okay? Now, when I'm looking at the people who are holding this stock inside of their portfolios, we're looking at companies like BlackRock. Again, we have Vanguard. We have Invesco down here. These are large ETF and index fund ran companies. So when I look at it, I'm like, this is somewhat alarming that these stocks are actually have AMC inside of it, because unless they're predicting the movie the way we once had it to come back, I don't see that being very, very profitable unless they have it in their ETFs, but they have them listed under a put option, because a put option or a call option on the AMC right now is actually the most beneficial in my opinion. Because we don't know the true value of AMC, because it is being short squeezed, call and put options are probably your best option in making some really good money. But make sure it's a long-term call option and a long-term put option, because the way that it's swinging, the way that the pendulum is swaying right now, we don't understand which way that AMC could actually absolutely go. So I'm looking at AMC and I'm like, this is ridiculous when you look at the analytics of it all. So when we're looking at it right here, we see how through each year, 2015, 2016, 2018, 2019, and then right around 2019, it looked like it was about to go up. It was going up pretty well. Then all of a sudden, of course, of the pandemic, it drops down. Then this year, because look at this. This is tripling previous performance ratings, okay? Previous performance data. It's triple. So it doesn't make any sense from a financial standpoint, other than that there's people absolutely controlling the stock. So that's just something to really glance at and like, wow, that can actually be done. Yeah, you get a couple of few millionaires together and they go at one stock and they just buy thousands of shares. Yes, they can control that stock. They can make that stock go up, meaning they buy so many shares. So now that's that scarcity we talked about, okay? The less of something you have, the more it's worth. Again, the less of something you have, the more it's worth. If they had like I don't know. They only painted 10 Van Gogh paintings. Okay, those paintings, because he's such a a great artist. Those paintings are going to be going for millions of dollars. Now, if Van Gogh painted by hand, whatever, if he painted a million of the same picture, they're not going to be worth that much. There's no scarcity. Okay, there's no limited supply essentially when it comes to that item. So that's how the way I look at AMC. I'm like, it's still like 350 something million shares out there. Now, when I'm looking at their performance, we already know what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, there's money to be made here. In my opinion, you should be attacking options, call long calls or long put options. Now, Market Watch has the stock underbought. No, 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 no. I do not agree, Market Watch. I don't know who's paying you guys off. No, this stock is not underbought. Now, when you look at this, ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge indication. The EPS, earnings per share of a stock doing well or doing bad. Listen, from a financial standpoint, once again, this stock is doing horrible at almost $20 down EPS. Okay, any stock that is kind of beyond the negative $5 mark when it comes to EPS, you might want to look at once or twice. Now, those above the $5 threshold, those particular stocks could be investing all of their earnings back into their company. So I don't really start looking at a company different unless it's after that $5. So it's something to be very aware of with this stock. Again, there's money to be made, but you got to know how to play your hand. If not, you will get burned. Okay, you will get burned by this stock. Now, here's some other information I found on Yahoo Finance, and they're talking about, short term is down, mid-term and long term is up. Are they predicting this stock being short squeezed over and over again? Because that's what's been happening. When it started happening, I believe in March or April, they started the short squeeze AMC, and now people are becoming millionaires off this stock. But listen, when there's people who win, there's always people who lose. Anytime you see winners, you never see the losers. Always think about that. Or someone, because people are exchanging this stock back and forth. Where do you think you're getting this money from? You're getting it from somebody else who invested the opposite way. Like, I invested thinking that I was going to invest and hold, where when they went in and bought their shares, the stock shot up, then they sold off, then there's more volume, and then the stock price goes down, but you're still holding on to your worthless AMC stock. Now and again, I think the safest bet, either you're going to do options or covered options, but nonetheless, options, in my opinion, is probably your best bet. That's just the way I look at it, because here's the thing. We saw that MarketWatch said this was underbought, and then you have Yahoo Finance said that it's overbought. It's overbought, it's overvalued. I mean, think about it. It's going back and forth. Now, when I look at this is the most alarming thing right here. Okay, again, we're going over to CNN Business. This is the stock forecast. And I think this is the most realistic numbers, because the analysts on CNN, I'm believing they're thinking, once people stop playing with this stock, stop, going back and forth with the stock, this is what this stock is really worth. At a low, $1, at a median price at $3.70, and then at a high at $16. That's where they predict this stock going. They say, yeah, it's $56 right here. You see this up here in your corner? Yeah, it's $56. But as soon as they start playing with this stock, it's going to go down to anywhere between, let's just say, $12 and $1. That's what CNN's saying. And that's the one I actually believe. That's the actual one. I think they're really giving a good, analysis of that when you really break down the stock financially. Because hold on, let's look at it a little bit more, okay? Now, when you look at this, in 1 year, it says, and AMC hasn't done nothing but stop showing movies. Think about that. They haven't done nothing but stop showing movies when the pandemic hit. But how did your stock price go up 2,400% year to date? And it says that, listen to this, look what AMC is doing. AMC's management has been smart to take pricing opportunity and sold new shares at the elevated price. And that's what AMC said, okay, they want to short squeeze it. Let's sell off a bunch of our shares so we can get all this money and pay our top executive and our top managers. That's all they probably really did, okay? Then it says AMC stock price is up 2,000 in 2021. Don't make any sense. Don't make any sense. Let's look at this. It's hard to say. AMC Entertainment lost about $4.6 billion, not million, $1 billion in 2020 compared with the loss of only 149 million in 2019. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Okay? Think about that. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. They said that the company's revenue fell 77% to 1.24 billion, and sales of American tickets declined 81%. 81%. So they're saying whether they have online or you're going to the movies, only 2 out of 10 of Americans are now going to the movies at AMC. 2 out of 10 Americans. Again, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Everything about this stock is saying if you want to make money and you want to make it fast, option trading, long calls, long puts. If you're going to be a long-term investor, I'm going to tell you right now, you should be a swing investor. So here's my advice when it comes to AMC. Take it for information, okay? Not advice, information. If you want to make money off of AMC, become a swing trader where you hold it a very short time, and whether you're going to make 5 or 10%, you're just looking for the trends, and you're almost like a day trader, but you're not. Because swing traders, they just wait for a certain amount of profit, whatever within their profit range. Like, take for instance, you're like, okay, I want to make at least 3%. So you go in, you buy a couple of hundred stocks, it hits 3%, you sell them. Now, day trader, he's going to make a couple of trades a day, maybe anywhere from 1 to 5 trades. When you're talking about mega millionaire option traders, not option traders, but day traders, they trade probably once or 5 a day, okay? That's a buy and a sell, that's 2, they're probably out, okay? Because they're doing large volume. That's how they make their money. Where swing traders, they can make multiple trades throughout the day, throughout the month, but they're doing it on a point of prices of 3%, 5%, those particular numbers. And then this is the third way that you can make money. So day trader, make money off of AMC. Swing traders make money off of AMC. And then option traders will make money off of AMC as long as they're doing long puts and long calls. And they're covering their options if they're not doing the long calls and long puts. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired, and understand there's money to be made with AMC, but if you're not good at this, don't do it.